Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Better Black News. I hope this episode inspires you, but most importantly, I hope this episode encourages you to be better.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to be doing this interview with you because I've been watching you on social media. You're like blowing up. Well, you already blew up, so I'm surprised you're even still here. Your head is not bigger than this house. I'm so proud of you. But let's get to it. Okay. I was doing some research on you, and I saw that you developed Fontella Cosmetics out of not the best time of your life. You were paralyzed.
Yes.
Tell me how that happened.
Okay, so basically, make a long story short, I had a breast cyst, and so I went into the doctor, and they were like, "Oh, we just give you some antibiotic, and then you don't have to worry about having surgery or anything." So I already don't take medicine, so I went in and got the antibiotic. The first antibiotic I had an allergic reaction to. The second antibiotic I had an allergic reaction to. So by the time I went back in, they were like, "Okay, well, you're gonna have to have surgery because all these antibiotics are not working." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm having surgery, end up having a little pump on the little side, and by the third week, they gave me another antibiotic. And that antibiotic, I felt like, I didn't know at the time it was an antibiotic, but I felt like when I woke up, like my elbow was shattered, my knees was shattered, and to the point where I couldn't really move. So when I went in for my third week checkup, they were like, "Why are you walking like that? Like, why are you having these problems?" I'm like, "I don't know." So they admitted me into the hospital. I had to have another surgery, had to have a blood transfusion, and then the state was like, "We have to do another surgery on you." So I had to have a wound vac. I had to have a wound, yes. I was in the hospital for 13 days, and I've never been in a hospital ever, like besides a pregnancy or however. And so I Googled in the hospital, I Googled the medication, and I had seen all these people saying that they could never move again, they couldn't walk, like the medicine basically dissolved like their cartilage and stuff, and so they were like bed bound for a long time. I'm telling the doctors, like, "I Googled the medicine, I know this is what it is," and they're like, "No," and they ran all these tests on me, give me all this medication, and nothing is working. And so I was just like, "Look, I'm done. Like, I'm done." I left the hospital, still couldn't walk, came home, and I was couch bound for like 3 months. I couldn't, I couldn't barely move. I had to wear diapers. It's embarrassing to say. And so in that time, I'm like, "Jesus, wait a minute. I'm ambitious. Like, I'm one of the most ambitious people. Like, my career means a lot to me because, growing up, I really didn't have anybody pouring to me about my gifts and talents. And once I figured out what it was, I'm like, this is not going to be the end of what I do.
Wow. Surely
not." And so, I kind of went through a tough time, and God told me He was going to heal me. But in the process of that, I said, "You know what? I'm really going to meditate on the Word. I'm meditating the Word, and I'm really going to speak positive in my life and just meditate on positivity." And so that's what I did the whole time. And then once I finally was able to walk, the outfit that I meditated in was actually the outfit that I was wearing, and I didn't even know it. It's not like I planned to wear it, but I did. So when I came out of that, because I had to change the way that I think and I had to change the way that I talk, that's when I was like, "You know what? I wanted to do a cosmetic line, but it didn't have any meaning." And so that's when I was like, "You know what? We're going to daily affirm ourselves with lip power mints." And so every name of my lipstick is positive, courageous, ambitious, valiant. And those are the things that I wasn't feeling in that particular time. So it's one of them daily affirmations of whatever you're going through, you just have to affirm yourself and believe that, you're more than that. Just, regardless of the state that you're in at the time.
Right. And that's just amazing. Like, you're getting this inspiration from some lip, cosmetic line. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. And I was looking at your website, and I love how you call your lipstick lip powerment and your lip glosses. Don't tell me. I knew lip powerment and lip spire. Yes. Don't tell me. But I just love that how you flipped it, and it's not just just lipstick, lip color. It's a meaning, it's a purpose behind it. And now also, you've been an entrepreneur and a visionary. You're also a makeup artist.
Yes, I am.
Now, I did see that you did some celebrities' makeup. So talk about that, because your makeup is flawless.
Thank you.
Because obviously you did it. So
thank you.
What about that?
I had the privilege and the opportunity to do Phaedra Parks makeup.
Oh, I didn't know that too.
I did Phaedra Parks. When I tell you, okay, let me tell you about her experience. When I tell you that when I did her makeup, you know how you try to keep it like professional, where you don't really talk, you just do the makeup. When I tell you, it took me 2 hours to do her makeup because we were laughing the whole time. Like, we were just, she is so funny. So I did her makeup. The year after that, I did Vivica A. Fox. And when I tell you, you know, I try not to be starstruck because I'm really not a starstruck person. But when I heard her voice, when I went to her hotel room, and I was like, I gotta do her makeup here. I almost had that moment inside. And I was like, I'm up here like, but inside I'm like, So I got to do her makeup, and then I got to do, it's a lady in Atlanta. Her name is, she got my baby girl, and she was on Ink Paper Scissors. And so I got to do her makeup as well. She did a reality show.
Okay.
So we're going to be doing more, but those are the ones that I've done so far.
Good, good. Yes. And I saw also that the character who plays Molly, or the Molly character, Yvonne Orji from Insecure, I saw she was wearing your lip line.
Yes.
What the heck?
Well, shout out to her makeup artist. Her name is Drini. And when I tell you, like, Drini has always been the makeup artist that I love since like day one, and I follow her closely. And so I sent her some products, and she was like, oh, I love this. And so she put it on Yvonne, and she was rocking. I was like, I know. I don't even know what's gonna do all that, but you know, thank you, Jesus. I know. So I was excited. I was like, okay. So yeah, she wore it, and I'm just like, you know, the good thing is I don't have to necessarily do the work for it to do it. Other people do it for me. Right. It's such a blessing that I can have a product and not have to be there, but also it reflects me, if that makes sense. So,
because your social media for the cosmetic line is booming. Like I stalked you, okay? I'm like, she got it together.
Thank you.
So what's next? What's next for Fontella Cosmetics?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that we want to do. Like, when I tell you, I know one thing that we don't want to do. I'll tell you that. The foundations and stuff like that, that's not something that we're pursuing right now, but we are going to branch out and do more than just lipsticks. And the lip powerments and the lip spires. When we first launched, we did a whole bunch of things. We had lip balms, we had lip scrubs, we had powders, everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to retrace our steps and launch those things in a more appropriate time. So where it's not like, throwing everything out, you know, but just making sure that, you know, you get a chance to, you know, like the stuff first and just get familiar with it, and then it's like, oh, something new. So, you know, so yeah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, y'all heard it here first. If you want information on how to book her, if you want her to beat your face, as they say, her information will be at the bottom of the screen. We'll have her social media down there as well. We'll have links to her cosmetic line on the caption of this story and all of that. We'll make sure we take care of you. But as always, I'm Jillian Whitaker reporting for Better Black News, reminding you to be better.